Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, thanks for stopping by. Now, this isn't my normal type of video where I talk about video games. I thought I'd try something new and express my love for manga, and specifically One Piece. Starting from the beginning and trying to go up to this point is kind of ridiculous, so you know what, I'm just gonna jump right into it. I want to talk about chapter 918, which was just released. So what I'll do is I think I'll give a short summary of the chapter, and then just sprinkle my thoughts in between, and then at the end talk about some extra stuff as well. So without further ado, let's begin. Spoilers! Obviously, you have been warned. So this chapter picks up right where the last one left off, and Luffy manages to rescue Tama, and they begin to escape. Luffy then gets Tama to use her animal controlling powers on Speed, who they surprisingly work on in order to get out of the town faster. We also get a nice little moment where Tama mentions how Luffy reminds her of Ace, although this goes over Luffy's head and she brushes it under the rug like it's nothing. This is just building up to that moment where she finds out that Luffy is Ace's brother and is going to be glorious, and I can't wait for that, but anyways, let's continue. Elsewhere, and also continuing from the last chapter, we get the clash between Basil Hawkins and Trafalgar Law, and they haven't seen each other in 2 years, since Sabaody Archipelago, of course, where they all got fucked up by Kizaru. They talk for a little bit, and Law tries to get a hit in, but of course, Hawkins' straw fruit power prevents anything from happening to him. The scene then gets interrupted when Luffy and Zoro burst into the scene with the provision ship, and they finally meet up with Law, who is understandably pissed off because now they've got the attention of everybody and Jack is after them once again. The chapter then ends with them successfully bringing the provision ship to Okobore town and feeding the people there. Law also makes the suggestion that they need to take refuge in an area where they won't be discovered, and it also happens to be the resting place of Kozuki Oden. And also apparently graves of those who we know are still alive, but are in Wano considered dead. Apparently, as Law says, this is where we will hear the truth. That in itself gets me pretty excited for what's gonna come next. I think that this will most likely lead to insight on Kaido's initial takeover of the Wano country, but it could also possibly be a reveal of some Void Century details. I say this because it was only recently that we found out that the Kozuki clan actually made the poneglyphs back then. However, if it has anything to do with the latter, it's falling on deaf ears with Luffy and Zoro, and it makes me wish that Robin was around to receive this information. Not to say that isn't a possibility, because it's probably going to take a couple of chapters for them to even get there. And we don't know where the rest of the crew is exactly, just that they're all split up at the moment. Of course, though, it's only a matter of time before we get the obligatory map system, and then we'll know exactly where everyone is. So I don't have too many extra thoughts, but there is one that's always bothered me ever since this whole alliance to take down Kaido started. Is Luffy ready for Kaido? This isn't going to be another escape plan like in the Whole Cake Island arc. He actually has to stop and fight and take down one of the 4 emperors, and in this case, the strongest beast in the world. There really is no telling how this fight is going to play out once they finally clash. And we've seen a lot of new techniques from Luffy since the time skip, but is it going to be enough to beat Kaido? Maybe this time it can't just be a one-on-one fight. Maybe he will have to team up with Law or the rest of his crew and fight them a la Oars from Thriller Bark style. You know what? That would actually make an interesting fight, but we'll see what happens. Luffy would probably want to take him down on his own anyways. And yeah, I think that about wraps up this chapter. For all the other One Piece fans out there, I'd really like to hear what your theories are, and what you think might come next. But yeah, thanks for sticking around, guys, for hearing my 2 cents on the latest One Piece chapter, and if you liked it, let me know in the comments and leave a like, that'd be awesome. Alright guys, peace.